everybody, and welcome to the colony, the place where if you understand, then you're part of our family, the colony. And I am Rashid. Glad you're here. Please close the door on the way in. Okay. The day 6/10/2019. That's June 10th, 2019. So we're very excited. I'm very excited. You very excited, sweetie? Get this. All right, let's get things rolling here. We're going to start off, of course, with the Rashid Portal passage. And there we read. You ready? All right, here we go. I come from a small world. The world in which I reside now, along with its sufferings, will not change me, which I think is very important in a world where it demands change from not just individuals, but from what it doesn't like. It wants to change okay, I don't like that, I want to change it, even though they really should be putting up with it like the rest of us. But the evildoer is always demand change, and sometimes this change goes against somebody else's free will, and thus produces suffering. But that's for another discussion. But the suffering that we're undergoing, what we're tolerating, putting up with, will not change us. Okay, the world, along with its sufferings, will not change us. So thus goes the Rashid Portal passage that we read every time we do another show. A brand new one, along with the Rashid Portal poem. And it states, if you have it written down, that'll be terrific. Read along. My eyes see, but I am blind. My heart beat, but I am dead. With my hands I touch, but I cannot feel. Nonetheless, we're underwater, and yet we breathe. Very important to remember that everything we're going through not only could be worse, but don't forget that we're still alive. We're still breathing. Thus making it endurable for us to carry on in our suffering. Long suffering, as the scriptures bring out, because it is long, no doubt about that. So how you guys are doing? We've been really thankful to have such nice weather lately. It's that time of year. Yeah, it's that time of year where the weather changes, and we're really starting to enjoy the nice weather. We're enjoying shicing around here because of the nice weather. Have you guys ever noticed any change? Well, I'll discuss that. Any change in like the summertime, but I'll discuss that in a few minutes. First, I want to share something with you guys. I created this picture that y'all about to see. I'm about to put it up on the screen. And it's going to be around Rashid's the colony. It's going to be in our colony. It's a picture that you'll probably see on a wall in the colony. I created it for a sound reason. And you will see that reason. Well, I'll go through the reason with you, but here's the picture right here. Take a look at this. Nice, right? That's my daughter. No doubt about it. That's my daughter. And you may wonder, what is it? What does it represent? Rashid's red barrel. That's our symbol on the back of the plane there. And see how the barrel, the Rashid red barrel, is flying over the head of the woman there. Notice how smooth it looks. You see, notice how smooth that looks. That's a symbol of what we spiritual people are going through on our planet Earth, believe it or not. That's a symbol of what we're going through on the planet Earth. Because on the planet Earth, we may see a lot of situations breaking out in different areas. And we may ask ourselves, well, we may say, okay, I'm going to stay away from this situation because we know we're going to get in trouble. But somehow a different situation may come in our way and really cause harm or try to cause harm to us. And we may not like it at all, man. You know? But they all over the planet Earth. We can't avoid this shit. We can't avoid this monkey shit that we're going through. We really can't. Because they're all over the Earth. Well, that symbol right there of the Rashid red barrel, we just gently go over, gently rise above, and just fly over any situations that we may be going through. It could be our own sin, like the Apostle Paul. You know what I heard? I'm going to tell them about the thing that we heard about the Apostle Paul. He was suffering. He was suffering so much, but because the Apostle Paul was one of Jesus' disciples. In his ministry, he was suffering so much, not because of like somebody was doing something to him. Look, baby, there's a spider on the wall. Look at that. This off the record. I'm just showing my babies. Be like spiders around here, because spiders in your house. This is off the record, guys. I just noticed a spider crawling down right in front of me. Spiders in your house is a very good thing because they get rid of the bugs. So you never want to kill spiders in your house, man. They get rid of the bugs, and the only thing about spiders, when they done with the area, you see like dead cobwebs. They call them cobwebs because they dead webs and they just hang there. Sometimes they look decorative if you have like a area in your house or a room that looks really like gothic or whatever. The cobwebs look good for decoration, them just hanging there and they real. But if you don't want them there, they're the only problem with spiders, that you got to go with a broom and just swipe off the cobwebs. When they finish with the web, when the web get old, it start looking cobbish. But other than that, when the web is fresh and all, it's very decorative to have a spider in any corner of your house or whatever. It's just, to me, around here, to us it is. The average person is gross or whatever. They don't like spiders or whatever like that. But they get rid of bugs and all. They're very handy to have around the house. So they get rid of bugs and insects and flies and stuff like that. So the web itself catches the flies and stuff. If you get rid of that, then you're gonna need some fly spray. You're gonna have, okay, now you got rid of that. Now you gotta go get rid of the flies. Well, the spiders help out, but you gotta get rid of the bugs that much. You still got to, of course, but I'm just saying in a nutshell. So I just saw a spider crawling on the wall there. Is that another one right there? Look, sweetie. I don't think that's another one right there. Okay. Alright. The Apostle Paul had an interesting legacy. His suffering wasn't because of anybody doing something to him. His suffering was because of his own ass. his own ass. He was very bold, as it were. He was very, very bold, as it were, when he first started off in the ministry. Then, as time went by, Jesus appeared to him and he became a Christian. Y'all know that. Y'all already know the story. Now, he had suffering throughout his whole ministry because of his own sin. And the scripture, as you know, never brings out what that is. It never brought out what Apostle Paul's sin was. But the thing is, it could have been anything. And this is what the Lord, this is what God wanted us as Christians or spiritual people to understand about that. It's a reflection on us no matter what we're going through. You understand that? Our sins, no matter what it is, guys. I'm talking now. Now here's the outfit. See, you're not paying attention to your Apostle Paul. You're not paying attention. Paying attention is paying attention. Listening is just listening. I need y'all to pay attention to this. The Apostle Paul sin was, of course, he was a killer of Christians. And Jesus saw something in him and still wanted him to be his follower. And the thing is, he was killing God's people. He was killing Jesus' people, for Christ's sake. So Jesus appeared in front of him and said, "Why do you torment me? Why are you killing me, my people?" And Paul became a believer, and thus Paul became one of the strongest disciples of Christ. That's his story. On top of killing Christians now, he had a secret sin that obviously people couldn't see. But the Lord knew about it, and he called it a thorn in his flesh. And the thing about it is, what I want you to pay attention to and listen, is that it could have been anything. Now, we already know about the killing of Christians. Now, this other sin he had could have been any. Think about it. You're not thinking. We already got the killing of Christians. The killing of Christians. Now, this other sin he had, the thorn in the flesh, could have been anything. How did God help him out with it? How did he help him out with it? Do you remember? Paul prayed up to God and said, "If it is possible, can you please remove this thorn in the flesh, this sin that I have? Could you please remove it? Please." Guess what God did? God said, "No." Did you believe that? God said, "Nope. You're going to keep it." Keep your eye, he told him, keep your eyes focused on the kingdom and what you're doing, and that's sufficient for you. So Paul had to walk around with this thorn in the flesh, he called it, and he pummeled his body. He wrote in the Bible, he said, "I pummel my body, I lead it as a slave. And I find that with my mind, I'm a slave to God's law. But with my flesh, I'm enslaved to sin's law." And that's how he served God. Would you believe it? That's how he served God. He said, "With my mind, I'm a slave to God's law. But with my body, I'm a slave to sin's law." Meaning he was a repeated sinner. He was a slave to it. He couldn't help it. He said he beat his body to do right, but he still kept sinning over and over. And God said, "I'm not going to remove it. I'm going to let it stay there." All for us, all to give a testimony to us for an example of what we may be going through in our life, that we're suffering with, and think that God is not going to forgive us. And on top of all of that, he killed Christians, dude. He killed Christians on top of all of that. And God still said, "You're one of my sheep." How much more so? Look at us. Look at what we're going through. We ain't even close. Think about it. We're not even close. Think about it. The Bible is very powerful. See, stories like that God wants us to know. He wants us to know the other sheep. He wants us to know. So we will know how to serve him, how he dealt with Paul, how he will deal with us. That's why it's written down, for our benefit, so we will know. Very enlightening. So when we come across obstacles, like on the screen right there, you notice how the Rashi read barrel, because it's a barrel. The Rashi is a plane, but yeah, that's what I'm saying, it's a barrel. It's the all wild symbols on the back of it. And that same symbol on the back of that barrel right there on the screen is on our flag. Yeah, it's on our Sadiqian flag, so you know that. But it's curving over her head. That's how we should view our situations. You know, we come across a lot on social media, and we come across a lot in the world today, and we come across so much, dude. But we gotta remember, we have to just gently go over and keep going. Go over and keep going. We cannot stop. It's important that we don't stop. We have to go over these things and keep going. So I created that because we'll be darting to it from time to time on the Rashid inside this colony that we have here. Inside the colony. I have notes here that I've written down, baby, but I'm going to say it on the air here. I don't know why we wrote that down, subconsciousness. What was that for? Do you remember and shit? I don't remember why we wrote that down, subconsciousness. But it was about something. You know how you write down stuff, you say you're gonna talk about it on a talk and whatnot, and you just I don't even fucking remember what the hell it means. Maybe it's old age, I don't fucking, the middle age thing, I don't know. Middle age dilemma. I'm eating ice, guys. I like to eat ice and shit, you know. I just like to eat ice. I mean, what's the word I'm looking for? Soothing. Especially on a hot day. It's very soothing. Everybody likes ice. If you get a bag of ice, you go buy a bag of ice at Wawa, 7-Eleven, something like that. They sell it in the back. So people buy it, you know. Very delightful, you know. Very delightful. But I'm talking to somebody, guys. I'm talking to somebody. 1 minute. I can't figure out what this consciousness, what the hell it is here. What it's about. I was talking about also. I was talking about that Game of Thrones TV show. That Game of Thrones TV show. And we was talking about how fucked everybody got, how they screwed everybody. They screwed everybody. They really, really screwed everybody on that TV show. I mean, they got people wrapped up. They lost millions of dollars on it. They don't even care. I don't know if they're going to have a spin-off series. I really don't know. I don't think anybody knows this matter, but they screwed everybody. They really screwed everybody. Now, I'm gonna be honest, we knew around here that was going to happen. We just knew. Because I remember when it got started, It was the show. They just tease people with that. First of all, they sprang it on everybody. Is what they did. They sprang the show up. It was just they just threw it on everybody. It was a show called. Anybody remember the Hunger Games? That started all of that. When you say Game of Thrones, the Hunger Games, Game of Thrones, the Hunger Games, Game of Thrones, the Hunger Games, you start to see something. So I saw it coming. Right. Right, sweetie. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Whatever they're going through or went through is not a surprising thing. I'm not surprised. Plus, they said that that other movie coming out failed. That X-Men movie, they said that's a failure, from what I understand. A lot of people don't like it. Yeah, the X-Men movie that's coming out is a failure. They say it's a bad movie. And y'all forgetting about, hey, we do got bad movies. See, just because that Avengers did well, that doesn't mean don't forget, people were shocked. Yeah, they were shocked that Avengers movie did well. That's how it went down. It ain't like, okay, the Avengers movie did well. Okay, from now on we're gonna go through. We're gonna have good content now in the box office. It don't work that way. People were shocked that the fucking Avengers movie did well. That Black Panther was a ripoff for the black people. It was a ripoff because they going around saying it was good. That's an African movie. I didn't know they talked like that. When I looked at the Black Panther movie, I thought they were Afro-American. I really thought they were Afro-American. So I was thinking, okay, motherfuckers got a good movie now. About time, I was like that. But when I saw a clip from it and saw they all had African, not just African accents. They had deep African, like, what am I going to do? This is my people, and I will always protect my people. And I said, that's what they talk like in the Black Panther movie? I said, oh, that's not Afro-American, that's African. I said, that's what an African, from what I understand, see those bullshit. They don't give a fuck about it. I swear to God they don't. So I was wondering why Africans say that in the first place. But now I know that movie is an African movie. It's not an Afro-American movie. When you see it, you'll see they all got deep African accents. So it's like, when something like that happens, it's hard to say, okay, Afro-American is the Black Panther thing. You can't really say that. In our opinion, you can't. Now I understand why the movie went down the way it went down. Yeah, we completely understand it now. Yeah. Because you will swear up and down that it's just, no, it ain't just shit. That's African there. That's not Afro-American. So they got screwed with that. In my opinion, they got screwed with that. Now you got this X-Men movie coming out, and they say that failed because, I don't know what the reason they said that failed. I don't know. It's supposed to be the fight. Why are they finalizing every goddamn thing also? Why are they finalizing everything? Like, this is the last X-Men movie. Everything is coming to an end. What the fuck? What is this? What is this? All they're going to do is just make another movie. All they're going to do is just make, what's this end shit? And Stan Lee, he died laughing. Y'all know he died laughing. He died laughing. He let it loose that he was Jewish when he died. That's one of the last things everybody learned about his ass. That he was Jewish. And it's like, I didn't know. I don't think nobody did. Nobody did. Not that it matter. Not that I'm mad at it. But Jesus was a Jewish guy. There's different types of Jews, you know. There's the Jews that look like Caucasian or like European Jews, and then there's the Jews that got brown skin. Yeah, then it's the Jews that they're short with curly hair. It's all different types of, you know, Jewish people range in different types. Yeah, some of them dark skinned, some of them look like European, some, you know, it's different types, different. So Jewish people runs in all kind of, their race runs in all kind of shapes, forms, and everything. But it all stems from the Hunger Games and Game of Thrones. The Hunger Games, Game of Thrones. The Hunger Games, Game of Thrones. Okay, I see why they screwed everybody on the Game of Thrones. I see why, because it was set up from the beginning. I'm not surprised that happened. Just saying. But that's what you get. When you put your faith, that's how the Bible says, don't put your faith in earthly man, which no salvation belongs, you see. And no salvation, and they put their faith there for some good entertainment, worldly entertainment, and when something happens, you can't be really, like, upset about it, because you did that. You're responsible for that. You should have known better. If you see, people falling all over the place when they walk down the street, they falling, what makes you think you're not going to fall? So when you see all these movies failing, and then a movie come out you like, what makes you think you're going to like it? Or a TV show. It's like it's an epidemic. It's very hard to find a good show to watch and stick to nowadays. And Game of Thrones was that for a lot of people, you know. Just wanted to address it on the colony, you know. Yeah, that's a tough break about that shit. It was a very, very tough break. We ain't watching none of the shit. No, we ain't watching none of it. I don't care about that kind of stuff. I gave that stuff up a long time ago, guys. Gave it up. So, yeah, it was called the Hunger Games. And everybody was on that first. That was the first motherfucker. Then came Game of Thrones motherfucker. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. They slid them over to that. And I said, they're going to get their ass whooping that shit. And they didn't. Now, if it was the same thing, but people was on the Hunger Games first, I believe. I mean, maybe stand correctly, though. I think it was that first. Then came the Game of Thrones stuff. It was already set up. I hope you have a pencil and paper. I hope you have a pencil and paper around you, so you can take notes. These are good notes that you should be taking down, writing down. And another thing I want to bring out: if you see images on the screen when I'm talking, pay it no attention, guys. It's just our opinions about the world and what world we're living in, period. It's what world we're living in, period. So just deal with whatever it is on the screen. If you see images or footage, sweetie, or film footage, yeah, just deal with it, guys. Just letting y'all know what's going on here, so you won't be sidetracked by anything, you know. Yeah. Stan Lee went into business with Joe Shuster, I think his name was. He was Jewish too. All of them were Jewish. All the comic creators were Jewish. Were Jewish. I got ice in my mouth. I can't say it. We're Jewish. Basically. So it's no wonder the stand was, There's no wonder. There's no wonder the stand was. I'm not surprised. But it's a shocker that we didn't know that he was alive. That's what I'm saying. That surprised a lot of people there. Not that it mattered, but it's still, I can't wait till God put it into all this racist shit, I just can't wait till he could just come and just do away with all this race. It's just so stupid. I think racist is one of the most stupidest, one of the most dumbest. It's just a waste of thought because it all goes nowhere. In my opinion, it just all goes nowhere. Everything in life goes somewhere. And being racist goes nowhere. I mean, you look. That's what I'm saying. It's stupid. You're out in the street. Say you go to Walgreens or whatever. With my subscribers, Walmart, and you're being racist inside there. Then you come home to your own race and you get treated like shit. You see the point? Now, if I was an alien from another planet looking in on a situation like that, what would I think about racism, period? Say I was quiz on a cereal fucking box. Quiz cereal? Say I was that motherfucker. And I'm looking down on the planet Earth and I see somebody in Walgreens saying, fucking nigga, fucking this, that fucking Jew-ass kike, fucking Guinea, Italian, fuck. And then they go home, and I'm like, this person, while they going home, I'm thinking this person is really racist here. And I'm an alien saying, this person is really racist. Then I see this person go in their house with their own race, and then one of their spouses go up to them and punch them in the face. Bang, I told you don't drink my fucking beer. Get upstairs. I'm like, wow, look at this shit. This is their race, and look what they're going through. Now, how would I suppose to view racism at that point? It's a waste of time bullshit. I mean, it's just so fucking, it just don't make sense to me. Racism don't make sense to me. That's why I'm glad I'm colorblind, and I play with people that's not my race, and they think like, why is Rashid talking to me? Don't he see I'm not his race, and I'm colorblind. There's something that I believe that the Lord gave me. That's why I'm so spiritually around here. Sweetie, we're so spiritually happy that I'm like the way I am. I'm colorblind. That's how I reach out to certain people on social media, and they piss in my face, shit in my face, because they're not my race. That's good, because I'm seeing them be themselves. But I was myself too. That's why I contact them the first time. See, I'm myself too. That's why, So it's okay if they like that. I really don't care. I contact them the first time, so I understand that they're like that. I don't really care about that. I really don't. Ignorance is bliss, and these people want to be like that. That's they themselves. Yeah, but you get what I'm. Yeah, they themselves, and that's okay, because 9 times out of 10 somebody ain't gonna like me because of my because number one, because I'm nice, but for my race. Because you look at Rashid, you look at me, you'll see I ain't got no race. You'll see the race. Sadisi and something y'all never heard of before, so you'll see it if you just pay attention to me. So they don't like me because I'm happy. They say, this motherfucker they think my life is better than their life. So but if you look on the screen right there, yeah, and you see that picture with the Rashid barrel flying over the girl, my baby's head, you'll see that's what I do. It ain't that I have a better life than nobody. And nobody has a good life here on the planet Earth. I mean, that's bullshit. You'll see that I'm not letting shit get to me to create a picture like that. That's what it's about. So they got the wrong he had the wrong thoughts about me in the first place. And y'all listeners out there, my Rashid B's, y'all my subscribers. You guys mean everything to me, and y'all know y'all mean everything to me. Y'all understand what I'm talking about. We get these people that hate us for no fucking reason at all. Just because we don't like sports, just because we don't like this I don't even know what the fuck you call that shit. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's not fucking funny. Don't laugh, guys. I don't even know that pop culture shit. I don't even know what the fuck you call it. I don't even give a shit. I wrote done here, but yeah. I don't really consider it done because we didn't discuss what that was. But I still put done. I just wrote done here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. This for this one. This for this one. This for this one. Okay, this for this one. This for this one. This for this one. This for this. Yeah, I'm reading these buttons on this damn device. I pushed the last one, but it says push mode, but it says push that, then mode, then record. So that's what I did. But I pushed the whatever I push, it still works. So that's why y'all guys don't hear no skipping no more, like the first one we did, because I'm learning how to use this damn thing. But y'all get what I'm saying? It's racism. It just don't make sense to me. It probably will never ever make sense to me. It probably never will. And I guess that's a good thing. I've been blessed, or in our case, mystified. We don't even use the word blessed, for Christ's sake. Yeah, I've been mystified to have the ability to be thankful. I ain't gotta worry about hating nobody because they're race, which I think is fucking ridiculous. I just think it's ridiculous. Fuck this world, man. I mean that. Man think he knows every goddamn thing is just as stupid as a goddamn bed bug. That's why the Bible said, God said, man's wisdom is foolishness with him. Foolishness. The wisdom of the world is foolishness with me, says the Lord. I don't care how smart they are in this world. God says it's foolishness with them. I mean, God laughing at them. They'll be sitting back talking all this educational college degree shit, and God sitting back laughing while they talking. God says it's foolishness. In Scripture says it's foolishness with him. The wisdom of the world is foolishness with the Lord. That means when you try to be smart and show your intelligence with God while you're if you're on planet Earth, God said whatever you're saying is foolishness. Check that out. I don't give a fuck how smart you are on the planet Earth. God said it's foolishness with him. No shit. Would you believe that? Would you believe that? I'm sure he's not talking. Well, yes, he said the wisdom of the world is foolishness with God. You can't top that, dude. You can't top nothing like that. I could pick the only atheist getting mad at that. I ain't gonna lie to you about that. I could pick the atheist getting pissed off about that. Somebody who think they know every fucking thing getting pissed off about that. Somebody who believes in the Lord, who believes in God, will not get pissed off over nothing like that. Nothing like that. So God said the wisdom of the world is foolishness with him. Something to think about. In the world, people think they know everything. You know. Wow. When we did our last colony meeting, I believe I said it left my head. It left my head. It was about I totally forgot, but I was going to discuss something I said on our last colony meeting. Yeah. You know, they say when that happens, there's an angel passing by. You know that. They say when you try to think about something and you can't think about it, you forget about it. That's an angel passing by. That's what they say. So I guess because it just happened to me, but I still don't classify as being deja vu and all of that other things that man can't explain. Some things man can't explain. They say the Grand Canyon started with just a stream of water. Would you believe that? The Grand Canyon started with a stream of water. One stream of water created the Grand Canyon. Unreal. Unbelievable. One stream of goddamn water. A lot of things that we're under right now, man just can't explain. A lot of things. Maybe it was meant for man not to even know how to explain them in the first place. Man have never took a star out of the sky and brought it to Earth to examine it. You know, some things man can't do. The man is just unable to accomplish. There's some things he's just unable to accomplish. Which they say stars nothing but a bunch of energy. in the sky. And I don't know because I never saw one up close. I'm not going to speculate, which I think, in my opinion, is speculatory. And that's nonetheless that's speculatory to me because you're going by what you're seeing, but you got to examine something to know what it is. You know, I don't know. Science and man go hand in hand, and religion is pushed to the side. But there is a such thing as Christian Science, from what I understand, and that's way Christian Science is way out there. It's way, I mean, it's just way out there. And I was hearing that what Darwin came up with, that we all evolved from monkeys. Man took the, now it was a preacher that went the hell off and said Darwin should have never done that because man lost his fucking mind when he done that. And he absolutely Darwin died stating that I should never have said that we all evolved from monkeys. I should never have. Darwin actually said that before he died. My opinion is he saw something. He saw something that changed his mind and said, I should never done that because now they're teaching it to kids and everything else. And he was about to meet his maker. Everybody always repent on the deathbed. Aleister Crowley did. The one who wrote the Satanic Bible, he repented. He tried to change his last days on earth. He tried to be a normal man, dude. But that comes to show you when you're young, you're having fun, but when you're about to die, that's when reality sets in. You know, that's when it gets real. That's when everything gets sober. That's when everything gets sober. Particularly people who did wrongdoings. More than like Joan Crawford, where he died. Joan Crawford said, don't you dare say a prayer for me, when she died. Different from that. These people did wrongdoings deliberately. They always change on the deathbed. They always change around on the deathbed and say, I didn't mean, you know, I really didn't mean that. Still can't, still can't really put your finger on, you know, why we go through what we go through. What's the reason that we go through what we go through? The only thing we do know is that we go through what we go through. Whether it's a good thing or bad thing, who knows? But we still go through what we go through. People say we go through things for a reason. That's why I say, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Everything we go through is for a divine reason why we go through it. Look at Joseph. Joseph, his brother sold him into slavery, and he didn't know what was going on. But see, if he didn't get sold into slavery, he wouldn't be able to save his village, his city, his town, his village, because they had famine. You see, and because Joseph got sold into slavery, he was able to help. So at the time it was bad. He's praying to God, I don't know why this happening to me, but then he saw later on the reason why, so he can preserve life. Don't forget, the Lord let things happen for a reason. I always say, if it's a God, why he permit babies to die and all of that? That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. It's equivalent to, it was a mass bomb explosion in a city. And one of the cities was the SPCA for dogs to help dogs and cats. Now, little do they know that SPCA for dogs and cats was closed down. It was closed down. But yet and still, that SPCA in that one city got blown up, along with numerous of buildings. It got blown up. Now, the word got around that they blew up an SPCA with animals, with dogs and cats in it. They blew up, and then people started talking all of this. It got really outrageous. They blew up an SPCA full of dogs and cats, and people was upset and talking on the news and really upset and on. They didn't even know that the building, the SPCA, was empty at the time. It was vacant. It was like nobody there. It was empty. And the building got blown up with dogs and cats. They didn't know that. They just said, they just speculated that this and this and that and that and that other. It's kind of like that. You gotta be sure of what you're saying. You gotta be sure of what you're saying before you speculate. Yeah, it's the same example as that. It's the same example as that. There's a reason why we go through what we go through. We may think it's because of this, that, and the other, when it's really that, this, and the other. It takes patience it takes patience to find reality. Just like it takes patience to find a cure for sickness or a vaccine for diseases. It also takes patience for us to get over pain, because time heals all wounds. I don't give a damn what you're going through. In time, you're going to feel better about it. I'm not saying the wounds will go away if the wound's deep enough, but it sure ease up. As time go by, it sure eases up. It eases up. Which makes for a good you're more enthusiastic about things. Your enthusiasm is through the roof. I'm not saying when you go through things you automatically say, okay, in time I'm going to feel better. I know this happened, but in time I'm going to feel better. It's not like that. But it's good. It's like a treat for mankind. It surprises you. I didn't mean to say enthusiasm. I mean, you're optimistic. That's what I mean. To be up the optimistic. I'm not saying that it's like a treat for humankind when it happens. It's like a surprise. It's like you say, I do feel better, and wow, look at this. It's like a treat for man. Like, wow, time went by and I feel better about that. And it's like a surprise for man. It feels really, really good that when it does happen that way. Because pain doesn't last forever. Sooner or later you're going to become immune to it, or is it going to just go away, disappear? Because that's how our body's designed from the beginning. Which is good in this world, because they don't give a fuck about us. And around here, RBT, I'm going to say that to us. I'm going to tell the damn truth about shit. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm not going to sit around here lying to you guys and try to... I'm not going to do it. Life could be a beautiful thing. But that beautiful thing can last forever if you wanted to, with God's help. God told the Apostle Paul, no, I'm not taking that away. I know you want me to, but I'm not going to do it. Paul said, can you please take this away from me? I can't. I know Lord, I'm doing everything you want me to do. But look what I'm doing. Look at this. Please help me. God said, the Lord said, nope. I'm not taking it away from you. What you're doing is sufficient. And that sin he had could have been anything. And he said he was a slave to it. He could have. See, God, the Lord, he's the examiner of the heart. He knows what's in your heart, no matter what you're doing. Don't forget what Jesus said. What defiles a man is not his actions. It's what comes out of his mouth. That's what defiles a man. And that came from Jesus. See, God is the examiner of the heart. He knows what's in there more than a man's action. Because if it was a man's action, the Apostle Paul would have never been a disciple of Christ. Never been. This man was a killer of Christians, for Christ's sake. For Christ's sake. He was a killer of Christians, man. He was a killer of Christians. Paul was a killer of Christians. And yet God still said he's one of my sheep. You know what that means? That means that no matter who you guys are or what you're doing right now, how bad you are, you could be one of God's sheep. They don't even know it. It took Moses, how long, sweetheart? It took Moses 40 years, right? 40 years. You know how long 40 years is? Alright, it took Moses 40 years before he was eligible to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. 40 years of God waiting for Moses. "40 years before God came to Moses and said, I want you to lead my people out of Egypt. 40 years. 40 years. Noah built that ark over 100 years. Could you imagine 100 years building an ark? A big building? Let me say this again. Over 100 years, over 200 years, I think. I was just saying over 100 years, just to get a percentage going. Over 100 years of building that ark. Over 100 years, the Nephilims were losing their minds. Over 100 years, That ungodly world went on and on and on in its day-to-day actions. Over 100 years, and they turned around and saw Noah building this huge building, saying it's going to rain and wipe everybody off the earth. Over 100 years. 100. I think it was over 200. I think it was 250 or something like that. Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna check. I'll check. I'll look on it. But I know it's over 100 years. I do know that. Over 100. That's a lifetime. That's more than a lifetime. Nowadays, somebody died in the 80s or 70s. Yeah, over 100 years Noah was building that ark, that building there. Over that. That means I think it was 200 something years. It took Moses over 40 years for he was eligible to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. Over 40 years. You see. Look at this world today. To us, it's happening now. But to the modern person, I don't know if it's happening to the modern Christian today. I don't know. But to us, it's happening now. The Great Tribulation is starting now. Nonetheless, we're still here. We're still going on. We're still going on. I was going to talk about how Satan in 1,000 years, Satan was going to be abyss within 1,000 years. After the 1,000 years, Satan's going to be let loose. Within 1,000 years, people are going to forget about who Satan is, living in paradise, all beautiful and everything. And then we're going to have to be talking like somebody going to come and just destroy everything or try to turn you away. Kind of like Jesus in verse. Everybody waiting for Jesus now. Everybody waiting for God now. But when the Armageddon come and the God's kingdom come, we're gonna be talking about Satan coming. Somebody bad gonna come and lead us away. That's gonna be the part of the new teaching. I don't know. It says in the scripture that new scrolls is gonna be opened up, and we have those new scrolls. There ain't nothing, Yeah, it is ridiculous, sweetie. So who knows? I know it's going to be a great teaching work. Because the dead going to be resurrected along with the righteous. The righteous first, from what I understand the scriptures say. The righteous going to be resurrected first, then the unrighteous. The righteous to a life of peace. To the unrighteous, a life of judgment. So it's going to be a great teaching work. The scripture says it's going to be a great teaching work going on then. A great teaching work. So we're going to have to be teaching the unrighteous about God all over again. And these people could be anybody who lived now. It could be Adolf Hitler. It could be Jimi Hendrix. It could be Marilyn Monroe. It's whoever God feels as though deserve a chance to learn the right way how to serve Him. It could be Jim Jones and all of those people all over again. The resurrection. Could you imagine all of them walking around? Could you imagine? But that's what the scripture said. Everybody in the memorial tombs will hear His voice and come out. And they're going to come right out of the ground to a judgment. And these are we talking Stalin, Marx, Lenin, Hitler, Jim Jones. We talking all of them. Going to be brought right back. Gandhi brought right back. Because they heard a voice say, come out. And they're going to come right out of the ground and start living. Could you imagine what it's going to be like to see that? Wouldn't you want to be there to see that? I'm going to do my best so we around here going to be, that's what I'm saying. So we got to see this. It should be something to see. At least something. It's better than what people going through today just living and about to die. In your 80s or 90s, whatever, right here. You live over 100. Some people live way over 100 now. I know on the news somebody lived over 119 years old. They lived over almost almost 2 lifetimes. This person was 120 something years old on the news. So it is possible. It is possible. But my argument is, it's still better than, being in God's kingdom is better than living now and then dying, because man has nothing to offer us but him kicking our ass from day to day, then we die. At least we have something to look forward to when we reach out for something that we're not even sure is real. At least that's gambling. I'm a gambler. I never went to Las Vegas to gamble, but I hold my stakes high pretty well, So, I'm not that bad. So I have to wait and see. So anyway, that's it for now. Perhaps this will be longer next time. We don't know how long these are going to be, guys. I'm just letting you know now. These could be very long. They could be very short. Well, I ain't going to say very short. Hell with that. It's going to be longer than this shit. I'm going to try to go 3 hours sometimes, That would be really cool. But the reason being, because I think we need it. And this is our colony. And this is a place that we have to come to. So sit back and talk, All right, with that in mind, let's end it. And I'll see y'all tomorrow on the colony, if need be, or the day after tomorrow, If y'all see the red bar up on my website, y'all know what to do. So we're gonna wrap it up with the poem, the Rashid Portal poem, and we'll end this session. And here we go. I hope you wrote this down, and I hope you took some notes also, guys. All right, here we go. My eyes see, but I am blind. My heart beats, but I am dead. With my hands I touch, but I cannot feel. Nonetheless, we're underwater, and yet we breathe. Keep breathing, guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow or so. Okay? Have a nice evening, and thanks for coming in to the colony. Have a nice evening.